Hello and welcome to City Beat. Of course, we're your central source for news and information in the city of Rocky Mount. I'm your host, Tamika Keenan Norman, and if you look around, you'll notice that we have a different atmosphere today because we are on location. I'm dressed down just a little bit for the second annual Rockin Classic Auto and Motorcycle Expo. We started this last year with just cars. We're continuing it this year. We've added motorcycles, lots of activities to choose from. We're going to have a big motorcycle stunt show right here on Main Street. We're going to have classic cars and motorcycles that you can take a look at as well today. This is just a big event. We're going to take a moment as well to talk to some of these car and motorcycle owners and enthusiasts, and we're going to find out why the Rockin Classic Auto and Motorcycle Expo has grown into the big event that it is right now. We're on Main Street, beautiful downtown Rocky Mount. You'll see the completion of streetscape. It looks really good out here.
I've always really been into the outdoors.
That's why I love the feel of a cool breeze against my face as I cruise down the highway. Did you see that?
Then the North Carolina Department of Transportation said that wind was a real drag on my gas mileage.
I can save money and help the environment by rolling up my windows and turning on the AC when I'm going over 40 miles per hour. Whoops!
So now I'm driving green, I'm saving green, and people no longer confuse me with the lead singer of Twisted Sister.
Drive green, save green, a message from the North Carolina Department of Transportation.
Remember, be smart when you cool.
Hello and welcome back to City Beat. I'm Tamika Keenan Norman, and we're out and about the second annual Rockin Classic Auto and Motorcycle Expo. And I have the woman of the hour with me right now, Vanessa McCleary, Downtown Development Manager. First question, how does it feel? It's finally here.
It feels wonderful. I mean, especially to have it this year with the streetscape complete, the trees are in bloom. You know, we've got the street furniture out here, and we've got a long line of cars already, and it's still early in the morning.
Absolutely. Now, I talked briefly to the viewers about some of the activities going on today, but tell me about a little bit more.
So last night we had the block party, had a really great time with the Voltage Brothers. Today we are going to have several stunt shows, and they have brought in the Street Soldiers, which is one of our partners. They brought in one of the best stunt riders in the country. He can ride on one wheel the length of a city block, and you know our city blocks are long. So we're going to have 3 stunt shows. We're going to have 2 bands, live music down here. We've got kids activities. We've got a lot of moon bounces back there for the kids to do. We're going to have the parade of motorcycles. The Street Soldiers are going to be doing the charity ride this morning about 11 o'clock. They're going to come into downtown with a whole stream of what they say is about 400 to 500 motorcycles. Wow. We've got the Twin County Cruisers out here. They're organizing the car show portion for us. And you can see they've already lined up. We've got 2 blocks filled, and we just got started at 9 o'clock. So we're really doing great.
That's fantastic. And I had fun last night as well because I was out there. We were dancing, had a good time. But tell folks, you talked about streetscape, but what are some other businesses out here in this area that folks can take a look at as well?
We've got Footworks, which is a new shoe store. We've got Fiverette Furniture, Davis Furniture, Towel Town. Virginia's will be open. We've got a couple of places that won't be open today because they're usually just during the week. We've got Music City and Lights in the Douglas block. We've got the Bath Place. We've got Cool Geeks. We've got Shop. We've got Designs by Felicia. We've got Prime Smokehouse. We've just got a lot going on in downtown. A lot more than was here before.
That's a good
more than
thing.
was here last year.
That's a great thing. Now, is there a particular era that you really, really favor when it comes to the cars? What do you love to see when you come down here to the Rockin Classic?
Being a Delta. I love the red cars that line up, and they tend to line up together, so there's a section just back here that has all the red cars, so that's what I love. I also love the Corvettes, but my favorite is Mustangs.
I love Mustangs too. Yeah. And I saw a Cobra last night that was just beautiful, but they're all beautiful. They really are. Yeah. So thank you, Vanessa. Any other additional comments?
Just want everyone to come on down and rock it out in Rocky Mount.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. We'll be right back with more right here on City Beat from the second annual Rockin Classic Auto and Motorcycle Expo.
My kids won't ride with me because they say I'm
a race car wannabe.
Then the North Carolina Department Department of Transportation said flooring it was sending my gas bills through the roof. Every 5 miles per hour I was going over 60 was costing me 20 cents a gallon. And the way I drive, that was adding up. Big time. So now I'm saving money, helping the environment, and staying safe. But for some reason, my kids still won't ride with me.
Drive green, save green, a message from the North Carolina Department of Transportation.
So remember, slow down and save.
You can keep the jacket, but the helmet, it's gotta go.
Hello and welcome back to City Beat. I'm Tamika Keenan Norman and just spoke with Vanessa McCleary, Downtown Development Manager for Rocky Mount. And now we're going to talk to some folks who always come out to the Rockin Classic, including AJ. Hey AJ, how are you?
Good.
You're good. So is this your first time coming out to the Rockin Classic?
I've been here last year.
Okay, so did you enjoy it last year?
Yes.
So what did you enjoy most about the Rockin Classic, AJ?
The cars and the music.
So you love music. What kind of dances did you do to the music last year?
The slides and the wobble.
Oh, we all know the wobble, right? So what kind of cars, especially the colors, what colors of cars do you enjoy when you come out here to the Rockin Classic?
The red Corvettes and the blue Mustangs.
Oh, so you know your cars, AJ, huh? All right, how old are you?
13.
13 years old and enjoying the Rockin Classic. That's a good thing. So you're going to come back year after year, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you, AJ. Okay. As promised, we're going to talk to a lot of car and motorcycle enthusiasts today. And one is, what's your name, sir?
Sammy Barnes.
Sammy. So is this your first time participating in the Rockin Classic?
No, it's my second time. I was here last year.
Okay, so you enjoyed it, then you had to come back for more, right? So this is your, I guess you would call this a truck.
Yes.
Back here. So tell me a little bit about your truck, what type it is and the year.
It's a 1964 C10 short bed Chevrolet truck. And I had about 4.5 years. It's 100% restored. Color is electric blue, white top. And the things I like about it, we added air, power steering, disc brakes, upgrades to help improve the driving of it. And it's a pretty nice, neat truck, very rare to find, big back window. Other than that, and I've been dealing with old cars my whole life. I'm on auto tech. I've been doing it for 28 years. And I just love old vehicles. I got 4 of them, and I just love them to death.
Well, tell me about, because this engine looks really, really good to me. Was there any work that you had to put into that?
Yes, the engine and transmission completely redone, repainted, brand new. Actually, the truck doesn't have them but 1,000 original miles on it since it's been restored.
Okay.
But we just use it for car shows mostly, and sometimes just driving around on Sundays and Saturdays.
So what type of condition was this truck in when you first got it?
Oh, it was terrible. It was an old farm truck. It was in terrible condition. That's why we had to completely restore it. It was ate up with rust and everything. If you can imagine an old farm truck, what it looked like, it was terrible.
Well, thank you so very much. What's that one characteristic about the truck that you really, really love and that may put you ahead of everybody else today as far as the competition?
I love the overall appearance of it, short bed, and the color scheme of it. What we try to stay with to make it a little different for everybody, because a lot of these you see people paint a more solid color, but we decided to go with the white top and the white trim throughout to make it a little different for everybody else's.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Okay. Hello, and we're standing right now with Jerry Denton, who's visiting us today for the 2nd annual Rockin Classic Auto and Motorcycle Expo from Battleboro, right?
Right.
Okay, and this is your first year. We were talking earlier, your first time participating. Why did you decide to get involved this year?
Well, I just joined the Corvette Club, and some of the Corvette members were getting into it. And like I said, it's the first time I've heard about it. It used to be in the Rocky Mount Club years ago. And now this club is out of Wilkes, Eastern Carolina Corvette Club.
Well, welcome. We hope you'll enjoy it today. Tell us a little bit about this beautiful Corvette. It really, really caught my eye, especially the color.
It's a crystal red tint. It's an 08 model, 2008. It's convertible. It's 436 horsepower at the rear wheel. It'll average around 28 to 30 miles to a gallon of gas on the highway. real comfortable to drive. Just a lot of fun.
All right. And, you know, you're looking at the colors now, but you told me earlier that this color could change. How does that happen?
Well, if you get it under the street lights at night, it'll actually turn purple sometimes. And just the way the light reflects off of it, even during the daytime, it'll change color something.
Wow. Well, that's really neat. And, you know, when I think of Corvettes, I think fast. So up to how many miles an hour can this Corvette go?
I don't know for sure on the convertible. The coupe is about 192. This one should be around 180, 185 since it's convertible.
That is fast. Now, have you ever taken it to the racetrack or anything?
No, not yet. But car and driver says it'll do 0 to 160 in 30 seconds, so that's pretty quick.
All right. Well, it is beautiful. Thank you for coming out today as well.
Thank you for talking to me. Y'all have a nice day.
You too.
Okay.
We're here today with Frank Gardner, who's one of our car enthusiasts. Hello, Frank, and welcome to City Beat today.
How you doing?
I'm good. Now, are you originally from Rocky Mount?
Nashville.
Nashville. Well, is this your first time participating in the Rockin Classic?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So why'd you decide to come out today?
I just want to come out and hang out. You know, look at the pretty ladies.
Well, I hope I'm one of them.
You are.
All right. Thank you. Now, I really noticed this car, which is this is a Ford, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. 1934.
1934.
Wow. So how did you find this baby?
A friend of mine actually built it, put the car together, put the body on it and the chassis and all that, and I bought it from him.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about this Ford because it looks so unique to me.
Well, it's got a 540 cubic inch dart motor. Motor's making somewhere about 800 horsepower. It's just I guess you call it a bar hopper. You know, it's not a long trip car, just something to play with, and just something to tinker on.
Okay. So was it this color when you purchased it, or did you have it painted?
Yes, it was yellow when I got it. I'm actually going to paint it orange later on after I get everything done to it. I'm gonna have some orange, and I have a bunch of graphics put on it. But that's a ways down the road now.
Okay. So why orange? Do you think you're going to paint it later? Why that color?
I just like orange.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's the tangerine orange to me looks sharp on an older car like that.
Okay. So if there was one characteristic about this car that you would love the most, what would you say it is?
The horsepower, the motor, hot rod.
All right. Thank you so much, Frank, for joining us today, and I hope you'll enjoy your first time at the Rockin Classic.
I'm sure I will.
We're back with another car enthusiast for the second annual Rockin Classic Auto and Motorcycle Expo, Mr. Randy Jones. Hello and welcome.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the invite.
Now, this is your first or second time?
Second time. I came last year.
All right.
Participated with a 34 Ford.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one of the things that really caught my eye was this beautiful car back here. I think it's red and white. Tell me what type of car this is.
56 Chevrolet, two-door hardtop. Basically, all original as far as all the body and the chrome and everything. We tried to keep it that a man could show his grandson what grandma and granddaddy dated on. No air conditioning, no AM radio, no power steering. Windshield wipers work part-time. So kids nowadays, they don't know anything but all the luxuries of a car. And so you kind of take them back in time when they see this, and when you drive it, you feel like you're back in that era with the old music, and so you feel like you kind of go back in time. And so if you can't get your pretty hair back, you can still just remember back.
Exactly. Now, when we were talking earlier, you told me you had this car since high school. How did you come across it?
I started driving them in 1956 Chevrolets in high school, and I had them when I got married. We used to race back in the old days, and the dairy bar, the goodies shop, and the hot rod days, and the teenagers when the cars were fast and the girls were pretty. And so I just had always loved a 56 Chevrolet. And I got several friends, and this is the way we feel. One of them's got a 55, one's got a 57, I got a 56. We all feel that we don't have to see them every day, don't have to drive them every day, just have to know they're in the shop.
All right.
And, yeah, just knowing that you got one. And so that's basically, we just kind of built them from scratch in the old days. This one was painted in 1978.
Okay.
Yeah, and so just old homeschool.
Okay. So how much time and effort does it take to maintain a vehicle like this?
Well, you look at it as your golf game or your fishing trip. You only work on it when you feel like it, when you can get a little extra money off the groceries, and so you wipe out something at Walmart and you carry it back and get the money and buy you a car part. And so, but yeah, you just kind of take your time. If you don't feel like messing with it, you don't. If you do, it's really a hobby. And so that way you don't get burned out with it. Yeah.
And I've been asking everybody this question. What's one characteristic, if you could pick one, that you really love most about your car?
I think it's just to feel like that you're still connected with the area of high school and teenagers, and just like the old music. I'm hearing songs today that you heard when the Beatles come out in 1964. I was at the Tower Drive-In double date, and you never thought that the music or the cars would last. But to see them both still popular and both of them still lasting, you still kind of feel like you're holding on to a piece of history with it.
Okay.
Yeah. That you're not got so modernized that you don't remember how it used to be, how it was to have a car without power steering, without air conditioning, you know. And so people, they were new cars at one time, and it was the latest. This in 1956, this was the latest technology out. When you got this, it was such an improvement over the 40s cars, and then it's the 60s. These, you know, so each time, but. Now to go back and see what you really had to deal with, like houses back in them days, no air conditioning, you had a window fan, and that was it. You know, you went to bed and left the doors unlocked, the windows up. You know?
Well, it is truly a beautiful car. It is. I don't know how I would do without the air conditioning, but it's a beautiful car. So thank you so much, Randy, for joining us. Okay.
Y'all have a blessed day.
We're here on a very hot Saturday for the second annual Rockin Classic Auto and Motorcycle Expo, and I'm joined by one of the hosts for today's event, our Twin County Cruisers, Mr. Willis Richardson. Hello and welcome to City Beat.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's great to have you here today. Tell me first and foremost, what is the Twin County Cruisers?
Okay, we started about 14 years ago, and we consist of 2 counties, Warren County, Halifax County. We've got about 15 members, and most of the members brought their cars down today. We've got anything from Ford trucks on back to Camaros, Chevys, Mustangs, Plymouths. We do have a Ozimo, so we've almost got all types. And we've been doing our show for 14 years up in Hollister, and is out in the country, and we usually have a big show.
Okay. So how did you make it down here to Rocky Mount and getting involved as a host for the Rockin Classic?
I think Vanessa saw our shirts at the guy that did the printing for you guys, and he contacted us, and she called me, and I talked to me about trying to help him out, and I agreed to help him. And I talked to the club, and everybody was okay with it. Okay. So we've enjoyed it so far.
Now, I know that you're heavily involved in the judging today for the cars.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about some of the things you'll be looking for.
Okay, what we usually judge on, we judge on 5 categories. We judge paint, which is exterior. We judge the interior. We judge the engine bay. We judge the trunk area and the tires and rims. And if they don't race their trunk or hood, they don't get any points for that. And we judge on a 10-point system. And we've got 3 judges. And we tally those scores. Those judges don't compare scores. They judge on their own. And we just take them and tally them up. And the highest number score wins the prize.
We just spoke with Willis Richardson from the Twin County Cruisers, who's a host for today's Rockin Classic Auto and Motorcycle Expo. And now we're joined by Terrence Dickens, secretary for the Street Soldiers Motorcycle Club. Hey, Terrence, and welcome to City Beat today.
Glad to be here, glad to be here.
Now, tell us a little bit about Street Soldiers.
Street Soldiers is a motorcycle club. Our main focus is doing charity work and riding, and then on occasion having parties and having a good time.
Those are some good focuses. Now, tell us as well how you got involved, because you're an instrumental part of the Rockin Classic. How did you get involved this year?
Well, we came down last year and we saw what was going on, and Vanessa McClary basically got in contact with one of our other members on Wayne Bryant and asked us would we come out and try to help and assist and try to bring more bikers downtown. So that's what we're here, and that's what we're trying to do. And what we're trying to do is that we partner up with the Blue Knights Motorcycle Club, which is the arm of the police officers. And we had 3 fallen officers within our area, and we're trying to raise money for them. We got a charity ride coming through about 11 o'clock or so, and you'll see all the bikes, and they paid a fee for that. All that money is going to go to those 3 different families.
All right, that sounds really good. And do you have a list of those officers?
Okay. Those names are Alan Silver, which was for Rocky Mount PD, Warren Bosco, which was Nash County Sheriff Department, and Bobby DeMuth from North Carolina Highway Patrol.
Okay. And I know the street soldiers aren't necessarily judging today, but do you have an idea of some of the categories that Harley Davidson will be looking at today?
Okay. Today we're looking at the Softail and the FX categories. We're looking at the baggers. We're looking at metric cruisers, and we're looking at sport bikes, and also looking at all-out wild bikes.
Okay. Now, metric cruisers, what's that?
A metric cruiser is anything like a Kawasaki, Suzuki, a Honda, anything made in outside of the United States is a metric cruiser. Of course, a Harley is an American-made motorcycle, and the baggers is the motorcycle such as mine that's over here now that has the bags on them, and then you have others that don't have bags, the FX and the Softails and things of that nature.
Thank you, because you were speaking a different language to me a minute ago. But you mentioned baggers like your motorcycle. Tell me a little bit about the Harley that you have.
Okay, the one that I have, this is a 2007. It's a work in progress, and what I'm looking at now, I have my 17-inch ape hangers on it. I have my speaker lids on, which I have to have painted. I have a 21-inch front wheel on it, and some other little small chrome parts on it, and that's basically what it is. It's a work in progress. When they come out next summer, you're going to see a whole lot more to it. I'm going to be closing the back end up, putting more lights on it and things of that nature. So that's one thing that we try to do also within our bike club. We love our motorcycles, and we try and trick them out and make them look as good as we possibly can.
Okay. And I know we've spoken on several different occasions. You told me about the motorcycle stunt shows. Very special feature, special professional that's going to be there today. Tell me about him.
And they are here today, right down the street here. His name is Rodney Sargent, Anger Management, and Jesse Tolliver. They're going to be doing stunts for you. They have 4 different stunt bikes. They have 2 drift bikes, which are 1,000 with the long arms on them, and you can see them sliding onto the side and all up in there doing wheelies and endos and things of that nature.
Wow.
Yep.
And you're speaking that language again. What's an endo for me?
An endo is when you ride on the front wheel instead of the back wheel.
Okay.
So that's an endo. You're going over. You don't go all the way over, but you're going over in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can be doing that. Be doing wheelies, doing stoppies, and things of that nature. Burnouts, doing donuts and circles and things like that. It's amazing what these guys can do with a motorcycle. They are true professionals.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Terrence. Thank you for not only telling me what the stoopies and all that kind of stuff was, but for being an instrumental part of the Rockin Classic this year also. Okay.
Anytime.
Now, we've had an opportunity to speak with all of our car lovers out here, our car participants at the 2nd annual Rockin Classic Auto and Motorcycle Expo, but we haven't had an opportunity to speak with one of our motorcycle enthusiasts. So I've got with me today from the Street Soldiers, Wayne Bryant, a.k.a. Bro Wayne, as they call him. How you doing, Bro Wayne?
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Well, thank you so much for coming out today. Why did you decide to come out to today's Rockin Classic?
Well, Street Soldiers tied into the Rockin Classic with the stunt show, and it's our annual event, our 7th annual event for our anniversary. And we have a lot going on this weekend, and we got with Miss McClary and told her we wanted to come downtown and have a stunt show. And somehow we started talking, and we end up working this out. And with a beautiful day, we hope we have a great time.
All right. Now, how long have you been riding motorcycles?
15, 16 years.
Okay, so you're pretty much a professional.
You can call it that. Some people might not call it that, but yeah.
Okay. Now, tell me about this beautiful bike behind you. Tell me a little bit about this. I think it's a Harley, right?
It's a Harley Road Glide, and it's 2013. I've had it for 3 months and already managed to put right at 5,000 miles on it. What we try to do is, Street Soldiers, we like to clean them up so that some of the kids will like what we have, and as they say, the bling. So we go put the chrome wheels on it, the exhaust and the handlebars and all the different little pretty things, and try to keep them pretty clean as we ride also.
Okay. So how much time and effort does it take to maintain this bike?
It gets pretty hard, and it's some pretty good nicks on it now, because actually I put it in the show, but I won't. And normally when I go in at night, I probably wipe it down and try to stay on top of it. Once you get behind, it's hard because it's chrome everywhere. So we try to stay on top of doing just that. It can take me from 2 hours to an hour and a half to really get into the cleaning.
Okay. So up to how fast will this bike go?
Well, all I do is the speed limit, so I really don't know. Truthfully, I try to be safe. More of a cruiser, not like some of the sport bikes. Sport bikes fly real fast. As we get over in age, we try to relax, and that's why we got to the cruiser.
And this may be an odd question, Bro Wayne, but I've never ridden on a motorcycle before. So how does it feel? Is that an exhilarating feeling to get on that bike? How does it feel the first time? Do you even remember?
Well, the first time I don't remember, but I can tell you this here. Last week, a week before last, we had all the rain, and I joked with the guys about it. We couldn't ride because every evening it was raining. So one evening the sun popped up and I was over in Nashville and I was just running from clouds. So I ended up running from clouds and I got over this side of Rocky Mountain, looked up, thought I was gonna go through Whitakers and just loop back. Well, I ended up going to Tarboro. Clouds still coming. Pushed me to Macclesfield, Pine Toss, Macclesfield, and back to the backside. So that's one of the rides, but I had to have a ride. So it's like I was fiending for it. And like a lot of guys say, we ride year round. In November, December, January, we still ride.
Are you ready to travel smart? If you're 60 or over, have a disability, or low income, then Travel Smart may be the program for you. Hi, I'm Kim Stewart, travel trainer and mobility manager for the City of Rocky Mount's Tar River Transit Service. When you enroll in Travel Smart, I'll show you how to plan your trip, understand bus schedules, routes, how to do transfers, how to get to and from the bus stops, on and off the bus safely, how to safely cross the streets, and problem solve in certain situations. Even better, if you're using van services now, you'll save money by riding the city bus. The Tar River Transit bus system will also allow you to schedule your day better. No need to call 24 hours in advance and designate a specific time for travel like you do for van service. Getting involved in Travel Smart is easy. Just call 972-1515 for more information. Travel Smart, making life easier and more affordable to reach your destination. Please call today and start to travel smart.
Hello, I'm Tamika Keenan Norman. Welcome back to today's edition of City Beat, the second annual Rockin Classic Auto and Motorcycle Expo. And I'm joined today by the Ashes. Tell me your name again.
I'm Jim, and this is my wife, Charlotte.
Okay, so Jim and Charlotte Ash, thank you all both so much for coming out today. And you have an interesting story to tell because you're not from Rocky Mount, right?
No, we're from the Outer Banks. We live in Kill Devil Hills. But we saw the advertisement on the web, and we wanted to come see the cars and bikes today.
Okay, so Charlotte, tell me, what do you think about the Rockin Classic so far?
Oh, I'm really enjoying it. It's exciting, yeah.
Okay. Now, were there any cars or motorcycles that you particularly enjoyed looking at today?
Well, I like the old 1930s Fords across the street there, the 32s and 33s. That's my favorite.
Okay, so have you all ever visited Rocky Mount before?
No, we've only ever been through. We've never stayed here or visited.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you know, it's interesting because we just had a streetscape celebration. That's where we redo the streets and the lighting and all that good stuff. Just what's your initial impression of Rocky Mount so far?
I think it's beautiful. I'm very impressed with the area. It's lovely.
Okay. So what are your plans for the remainder of today?
Well, we're going to stick around the show until the show's over probably, and then we're going to do a little shopping and head back home for church tomorrow.
All right. Well, thank you both so much for coming out, okay? Right now at the second annual Rockin Classic Auto and Motorcycle Expo with Michael Moore, who's going to tell us, why did you decide to come out to today's classic?
One, I saw you on YouTube last year of the event, and I kind of liked it, and I wanted to see what kind of cars they have out here to display.
Okay, so what have you enjoyed thus far?
Smoothies, good people, good music. Everything seems like clean fun.
Okay, so do you have a particular car that you've really, really liked looking at today?
That Thunderbird over there with the symbol on it, but I'm looking for an SS.
So you actually want a Thunderbird?
I like both.
All right, so what else are you going to get involved in today as far as the Rockin Classic Auto is concerned?
Right now I'm out here also helping out Boys and Girls Club with their event, what they're doing on the side of this vendor. And basically out here mingling, having a good time, enjoying icy that I can't get to right now because I had to do this wonderful interview. But other than that, just enjoying myself.
Okay, and what's your impression of downtown Rocky Mount as well? Because we've just completed Streetscape. We have new businesses opening up. What do you think?
Universal. As you see different people walking through right now, it it's that feeling that we need down here in Rocky Mount to show that this is a city that is on the rise.
We're at the second annual Rockin Classic Auto and Motorcycle Expo with April and Michael visiting all the way from Tampa, Florida. First and foremost, how did you all find out about this Rockin Classic, April?
Yes, we found out about it at the hotel we're staying at, which is the DoubleTree. We come every year for a family reunion. The president also told us about it as well.
Okay, president of Street Soldiers, I would imagine.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. So what are you all enjoying the most about today, Michael?
Myself, personally, the car show. There are 3 cars over there with the same year I was born, which that Firebird's behind you, and there's 2 Camaros, and that's what impressed me mostly. 1967 cars.
Okay. So is this the very first year that you all have been out here? I would imagine so, since Street Soldiers just told you about it. But what are you going to get involved in today? Because there are a lot of activities.
Probably eating, the bounce house. We also want to come, we came actually to see the stunt show.
Oh, okay. Okay. So what do you love about the stunt shows? What are you looking forward to with those?
I've never seen one before, so I'm excited to see that.
Okay. Well, thank you both so much for coming out here today. Michael, you look like you want to say something else about the motorcycles.
This is awesome. This is a great event. It's a great event.
All right. Thank you both so much, and enjoy yourselves.
Thank you.